Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well and I hope you had a great weekend. I did want to talk about, been thinking about something this week after I watched somebody else's video who asked, are you wasting time in your business? And I thought I'd give you my financial update or my fund update of doing the challenge that I have pretty much failed. I can already tell I failed it this year. And could that be because I'm wasting time in my business? And I would just say the answer is yes. And I can talk about that after I get you updated on where I am. So just dropped my notepad. So in the last video, I had $1,341.99 in my fund. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I have been reselling for a little over 2 years, and earlier this year I got $50 as a gift and said, I want to use that to actually build a successful business reselling, as I would love to do it at least as a main income. I think I'll always have to work some kind of job for someone else because of the way I work and my brain works, and also just the uncertainty of reselling. But I do enjoy it for the most part. I enjoy learning and doing my own thing. So I have been trying to grow that $50 into $5,000 by the end of the year, but I just do not seem to have the drive, the energy, the time to do it. So this week I added to that initial fund, or that previous week's fund, with only $38.08 in sales. And I spent $8 at yard sales this weekend. So yes, very poor sales this week, but also not unexpected because I have not been listing very much. I've been having trouble getting items listed. I have plenty of stuff. I wouldn't say anything that's gonna make me tons of money, but items that can make money if I just get them listed. But I've been feeling a little overwhelmed, and I've gotten some things listed, just not where I had hoped to be and where I would need to be to grow to $5,000. So, and then at the yard sales, I think $8 is fine because none of them were amazing this week. None of them had very much clothing, which is probably good for me because I did look at a couple pairs of jeans and they weren't good sizes or good brands. And I really enjoy selling jeans and pants. They work well for me, but they can be a lot to list. Photographing, doing all the measurements and all the photographs can take a little bit of time. So maybe I needed that not to be a whole lot of clothing, especially my jeans this week. But I do continue to look out for them because I enjoy doing them. Now, the total in my fund is $1,372.07. So hey, we're still growing. I am still learning and making extra money that I definitely need in my daily budget and to save for my future goals. Mostly for travel, but just for more financial stability would be great. So I am improving, and the great news is the last video I made, I showed you one of the items that actually just sold, so it only took like a week. And it's this little Victoria's Secret Bear fragrance mist. And when I got it, I was like, I don't think it's worth that much. And it wasn't. I sold it for $9 on Mercari since it's a little bit used. But when things sell fast, even if and I only paid $1 for it, if they sell fast and I make a bit of money off of it, and that won't be too difficult to pack and ship, that is a huge boost to my goals, and it's really what I want to be doing. So I was kind of like, I don't know why I picked that up. It's not really worth much. And I want to sell things that are worth more, but like I made some money on it. So that's really good. And I would totally pick this up if I see this again, or if I see another product in this line, because it looks like there's others. I've learned that that is one to pick up if I just see it. So that's kind of awesome. So yeah, I had been thinking about the question that another YouTuber posed. Am I wasting time in my business? And I absolutely am. I could come home every day after work and say, I had said this before, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna photograph 3 items and I'm gonna list those 3 items. Or I tried switching it up to like, I'm gonna photograph 10 items one day and then I'll just work on them, doing them throughout the week. And then when I run out, hopefully, a few days later, I'll list like 3 a day. And a few days later, I'll photograph 10 more, and I'll try to find ways to fit it into the time that I have to meet fairly reasonable goals. I'm not trying to list 50 items a day, really just trying to list 3 items a day. And I have found that to be nearly impossible recently. I've listed a few items a week, just barely keeping up with the few sales I make every week. And how am I wasting time? I'm probably picking up things that aren't selling fast or are valuable. So yeah, it's like I said, this one didn't bring me a huge amount of money, but it sold fast and brought me a few dollars that I can then go buy something else. And I think selling things more quickly and be more efficient that way, not sitting on stuff for a long time, not buying things that I'm gonna buy some things that are bad buys, but sometimes I buy things and I kind of know as I'm buying them it's probably a bad idea. So that's why this week when I spent only $8, I was actually pretty happy with that, because if even one of those items sell, it probably makes me my money back, and then another one of those items will sell and make profit, and then I don't have to worry about any of the other things. They're small items, they won't take up a lot of room in my space, and that's another issue is dealing with space and getting frustrated with I have stuff everywhere. So I probably spend a lot of time moving things around to try to take photographs, and I got to move everything around, and then I don't put things away right away, so it's sitting in the middle of the floor where I just was like, I can't deal with it right now. So kind of shrinking actually instead of growing, shrinking down and working just as efficiently as I can is probably my goal, and just honing in on even more on just the few things that I want to sell. I do have to find what's available to me. In my area, I rely mostly on yard sales right now. So yard sales can be a whole mix of things, but for the most part, I'm gonna see some clothing so I can focus on jeans. I'm gonna see things I like, such as soaps and lotions, fragrances that I can focus on. And here and there, I pick up might pick up another random item that I know from other people that I am friends with and that I watch on YouTube and copy them. But the focus, I think, needs to be on, I've had some larger items that just stressed me out so much and probably took out even more energy. They brought me a good amount of money. So I'm like, oh, but I can make like $40 off of this item, but it has to go in, it has to be bagged and bubble wrapped and then go in another box, and I have to put paper all in that. So if I'm doing it full time, or it's my main job, is not as big a deal because it's just part of the job, and that's the work I'm doing for the day. But if I'm trying to fit it in amongst all the other things I have to do, including my full-time 40 hours a week plus commute job, I really can only focus on the quick and easy flips at this point. And that's what I'm gonna try to do. Am I gonna fail at that? Many times. Just as I fail at growing to $5,000 from my 50, just as I fail at many goals that I set for myself. But just because I'm not fully successful at every goal doesn't mean I don't get something out of each goal. So, or each attempt at shifting to trying new things that I do. I do think I want to limit the wasting of time, but I don't want to feel like I'm wasting time if I'm actually resting. So this weekend I did take some time to just watch the show Virgin River on Netflix, and I finished the whole latest series because it came out last year, I think, and I hadn't caught up on it, and I just wanted to watch it and watch the whole thing, and relax and not, I still had to pack orders, and I'm gonna go pack this order. Once I'm done filming here, I'm gonna go pack this up so it's ready to go to the post office when I go out tomorrow. I don't want to, I have to rest some. I have to take some time to myself to be able to do my normal job that I have to go to. And the reselling, which if it has to fall away, and I can't be doing it all the time because my main commitment is my full-time job. So I was just gonna film a really quick video and tell you guys my numbers and talk a little bit about what was on my mind, and here we go. This has been like 14 minutes of me babbling on about all kinds of things. But I hope you enjoyed it, or if you did, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you want to, and follow along as I try to figure this out, and tell me how you're doing with your own full-time, part-time, making some extra money for next year's vacation, whatever you're doing your reselling for. And I'll see you the next time I go on a ramble about stuff. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you next time. Bye.